But number one on this list, and for me, pretty easy number one, is the Clemson Tigers, who not only could have 2 high picks in the NFL draft, could have 2 top 5, top 10 picks in the NFL draft in D-tackle Peter Woods and edge rusher TJ Parker. Peter Woods, my number 1 defensive tackle in college football entering next year. He leads all returning Power 4 D-tackles with an 89.7 run defense grade and a 14.9% pass rush win rate over the last 2 years. So you can argue that Peter Woods is the best run defender and the best pass rusher that we have at D-tackle over the last 2 years. TJ Parker, my number 3 edge defender in college football and the number 1 edge defender eligible for the 2026 NFL draft. He leads all returning Power 4 edge rushers with 12 sacks last year, and he was one of only 3 returning Power 4 edge rushers who had an 80-plus grade as both a pass rusher and as a run defender. So those 2 alone are really enough for Clemson to be number 1 on this list. They also added in Purdue edge defender Will Helt. He was 4th among Big Ten edge rushers last year with 36 defensive stops. DeMonte Capehart and Stephylan Green are both back at D-tackle too. They each earned 70-plus PFF grades last year. And then Cade Denhoff and Jaheim Lawson provide some depth at edge rusher. They each played over 300 snaps last year. And Clemson brought in a 5-star D-tackle and Amari Adams, who will be a true freshman next year too. But really, Dawn, the reason why they're number 1 on this list is because they have 2 guys who I think are right now top 5 prospects on our big board in Peter Woods and TJ Parker.
When you're number 1 on a list like this, on a unit list, it's a combination of top-end talent and depth, and even all those depth guys you mentioned, Capehart and everybody else behind it. Also, bringing in Helt. Okay, so we're good. Peter Woods going to play on the inside full-time this year. Okay,
so,
right?
Yeah.
We're done with Peter Woods, edge defender. We're done with I hope so, because he's at his best on the inside.
And he's still like an 80 grade playing out of position too.
Oh,
which
sure.
Shows how crazy
absolutely, but he could be the best D-tackle in the country, or you have him ranked right now as the best D-tackle in the country. Just leave him in there. You got to find some other guys to play off the edge. But either way, I mean, top-end talent, depth, dominance, everything you could ask for. One of several reasons Clemson may have the best defense in the country this year is they do, going into the season, have the best D-line in the country. And you mentioned it with 2 of the most talented players in the 2026 class. There's only so much we can keep saying about Clemson. Their defense is going to be fantastic. It starts up front. They got 3 waves of it, but the first one is really, really darn good. That's why they're at the top of this list.
Absolutely. Clemson, pretty easy number 1 because of 2 superstars they have in that D-line, but they also have some really good depth, too, adding in a guy like Will. How about Clemson adding in a transfer, too? Shout out to Dabo Swinney for getting with the times a little bit there.
We're progressing.
Yeah.
Here, We're just
baby steps.
Just a little bit of portal, a little bit of NIL. We're getting.
It's not quite
here.
Texas Tech, but it's baby steps for Dabo Swinney. I'm
proud of him. That's a big step.
I'm proud of him for that. I am proud of him for that. But yeah, DeMonte Capehart and Stephylan Green are pretty good D tackles too. But those 2 players at the top, man, and Peter Woods, TJ Parker. I really think both those guys will at least be top 10 picks in next year's draft. And you can make an argument both of them could be top 5 picks in next year's draft too. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.